Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for joining me. I would like to welcome you here if you are brand new. If you're returning, then welcome as well. Be sure to like, comment, share on this video as I'm trying to gain some more subscribers to my channel, and I really would appreciate that. And of course, whenever I do a video, my dog always has to let herself know. So I'm doing a fun embroidery video, and I just see some threads here on this one. And you know, she always has to make herself known. So I am making these cute little composition books. So let me show you the ones I've made so far. This was my first one. And you know, when you're making a first of anything, there's always a learning curve. And these are super cute. And they have a little elastic here. And inside you put these little composition books. They're mini composition books. I got them through Amazon. They are 4.5 by 3 1/4. And I got them like really cheap. I got a whole pack of a ton of them. And then I also bought these Papermate ballpoint pens. And you see those there? And how many are in here? I think, oh, there's 10 of them in here. So I thought, you know, you can't just give a little notebook without a pen, right? So that's where I got the supplies. A cute little notebook. And here's the back, which I'm not sure if this is supposed to be the back or the front. It has this little piece here. I suppose if you have a non-directional fabric, you can have that as your front if you want to. Maybe if you wanted to embroider an initial on there or something. But I have that as my back. So I have this as the front. And I'm just going to clip on the little coordinating pen on there. So there's one. Here's the second one. This is great for if you have like a lot of scrap pieces of fabric and you can make these cute little composition books. Here's the back of that one. And let me show you the inside. I just put felt on the inside of this one. Okay, so that's super cute. And then I had this fabric. This was from Fabric and most of this fabric that I have, I got through Etsy. This was, a person on Etsy was selling like scrap bags of fabric. So I literally bought scrap bag. Here's the back of that one. I have some glitter on there. Of course, Barbie fans, you know, you have to have glitter. Here's the inside. I have black vinyl on the inside, front and back. And your books can slip in and out. So once your book is done, you can just pop in another composition book and a little cute pen here. Let me put that on there. Okay, so I think these are super cute. If you're doing a craft show, these would be great items for a craft show. Oh my gosh, I keep hitting my screen there. Great items for a craft show. Let me see. Put that right there so you can see them. Great craft show items. And the design I got this from is called Little Bee. I will put down below in the description area where I got the design and what it's called. And the vinyl that I used, which I've told you before, it's from Mekri World LLC. Let me just put my, so can you see that? Mekri World LLC. That's where we got the glitter vinyl from. And let me look on my sheet here because I know I'm going to have people ask, well, what kind? It is glitter mirror canvas vinyl for sewing and embroidery. Okay, so make sure you get that because they got lots of different kinds depending on what you're doing. All right. So this is 5x7 hoop capable. So I have a tearaway stabilizer. Well, I'm not sure if you can see that. But here's the steps. It's a 17-minute stitch. Really quick. Now, when you purchase the design from Little Bee, hold on a sec. Let me just pull up my laptop here. Let me see. It's called Mini. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It wasn't Little Bee. It's Crashing Waves. Oh, my goodness. I'm so sorry. I'm saying Little Bee because the fabric I'm using is a bee. Go figure that. is from Crashing Waves Designs, Crashing Waves, and it's called a mini notebook holder. So, okay, so when you purchase the design, it gives you step-by-step directions on how to put this together. Whenever I do one the first time, I'm always very anxious and nervous about how it's going to come out. But, you know, in the end, it will all come out and everything will work out fine. So I'm doing this on my Brother Innovus Essence VE 2300 embroidery machine. Let me just fix you here and bring you down a little closer. My machine was purchased through Pocono Sew-and-Vac. They are located in East Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. I am in the northeastern part of Pennsylvania. It's about an hour drive for me, and I'm going to tell you, it is well worth it. You can also check them out online at Pocono Sew-and-Vac. And if you do call them, ask for Fred, and make sure you tell them that Stampas Who Creates sent you to them. So, okay, so we're going to need a tearaway stabilizer, some felt. You can use vinyl or cork, applique fabric. I'm looking at my supplies over here. And some more vinyl cork for pockets, fold over elastic. But you know, the elastic I'm using is elastic I have left over from when I was making masks. And I'm looking to see what happened to my piece that I had cut. So I'm just using like this thin, stretchy kind of elastic. They call for fold over elastic, which I don't have any of that. I just want to use what I have here. And of course the mini composition notebooks. And again, the size of that is 3.25 by 4.5. Okay, so, and this is a 5x7 hoop, and again, this is a tearaway stabilizer, okay, and it's the crinkle kind, but I don't think it really matters. And I also like to use this medical tape, because I like to tape down certain areas to make sure that, you know, everything works well. And you know, I do have an external microphone. And I did locate it. Remember last video, I was like, I have a microphone, and I didn't know where it was. Well, you know what? I found it. So you know what? I'm over here opening it up because I haven't even opened it up yet. I purchased it through Amazon. And you know what? I think I'm going to give it a try and see how it is. So let me just plug it in. I'm not sure what else I have to do. I'm not sure. Can you hear me now? You're either going to hear me and this video is a bust and I'll have to do another one, or it's going to work out well. Because sometimes with the embroidery machine, not that it's extremely loud, but it is loud. And I want to make sure you can hear me. So it's either going to work or it's not going to work. So anyhow, I guess I will know at the end of the video. So this is a 17-minute stitch. So many of you know I don't edit my videos. I just chit-chat throughout them. A lot of you like that. And I guess if you don't like that, those are people that give me thumbs down, which I appreciate that as well. Let's go ahead and get the first stitch out while I chit-chat. Okay, so yes, if you give me a thumbs down, hey, I appreciate that as well. And you know why? Because that's showing YouTube that there is getting some sort of communication through my channel. Whether it be positive or negatives, they don't really care. Well, I guess they do care, but yeah, I mean, whatever, right? So this is the glitter vinyl that I'm using, and I know it's hard to see. It's black. That was from the listing I told you before. So I have a large piece. And when you download the design, you will get all the directions and the sizes of everything. I have some yellow vinyl. This is kind of a textured vinyl. Don't know where I got that from, probably through Amazon. Another little piece of the black vinyl. And I have two pieces. This is my fabric that I'm using, these cute little bees. I just think they are adorable. So, all right. So first off, we did our stitch out. And this is going to tell you where to put your basic bottom. And you know what? My vinyl's a little curled up. So I may tape it down just because. You see that glitter vinyl in there now? I have a whole bunch of tape here off on the side. And I reuse this tape. You can reuse it over and over again. I just want to make sure that these sides are going to stay where they should. Okay, I think we'll be good with that. We shall see, right? Okay, so you put your paste down. Now this could be vinyl, it could be cork, it could be, you know, whatever you want to put down as your base. And you're only going to see, let me show you. You're only going to see this little tiny bit around here. Let me put it so it's hard to show you. So this was done with cork. So you see that itty bitty part? That's all you're going to see, which is kind of a waste. But hey, you need to have a foundation. House will fall down without a foundation, and so will your embroidery, right? So now this is going to stitch around. It's going to place this down. It's also going to give you the placement area where you're going to put your fabric. So there we go. I think this new way that I'm setting up my, I'm just using white thread, by the way, top and bottom, only because I'm just kind of lazy today, but I think the white will be fine. This new setup that I'm doing my videos with the camera here, I think it's working really well. All right, so I cut this piece of fabric. I'm not sure if this is going to fit. It's just going to fit, but you know what? I think I will use that one for the back. And I meant to iron this one. I think I'll be all right. I don't need all of this. So, you know, let me just trim this off. Okay, because we're going to do, it's kind of like an applique that we're going to do. Let me just trim this. My fabric scissors are over on my other desk, so, and I have to remember that I'm hooked into my phone here, so I don't end up going across the room and taking you all with me. Okay, so you know what I'm going to do with this before I do that? I'm going to go ahead and peel this tape up. And I'm just going to stick it on my machine for a sec. Now, this is great if you have non-directional fabric. I think that works best. Let me put some down here onto, kind of stick it onto the hoop. Because if you have directional fabric, you want to be careful how you lay it out so you don't do it upside down, okay? That's another thing that I learned. All right, did I pull that out? I'm not seeing my thread there. Hold on a sec. I could see it. There we go. Let's just rethread our needle because I guess I kind of pulled it out. So yes, this is Memorial Day weekend. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. And it's a crappy day here in Pennsylvania. And you know what? I'm kind of happy. It's Saturday. And by it being a crappy day, that means I don't have to do yard work, right? It's been kind of raining. It's cold. It's damp. It's windy. It feels more like it should be Easter than Memorial Day. But anyhow, sorry, I had to get a drink. Excuse me. I always get very dry when I start chit-chatting. But anyhow, this is super cute. I may keep this one for me. We'll see. Alrighty, so it's just going to do a stitch around, and this here is a little lumpy, but you know, I should have ironed it better, but I didn't, and shoulda, coulda, woulda. You know how that all goes. And here comes my barking dog that I'm hoping she's just going to lay in the cat bed here and be quiet. But so this doesn't even seem like it takes 17 minutes to stitch out because it's so much fun. Okay, so now what we want to do is we're going to take out the hoop, and there's my cat too, because the two of them are going to be at each other now. All right, I'm going to take my tape off and I'm going to stick it to my desk because I can use that again. And what you want to do is to cut around your whole applique. So I know you want to see me do it, but I'm going to tell you, I just can't. I can't. There's not enough room. And I will show you when I'm done. I'm just holding up the fabric, cutting along the stitching line as close as I can to it without cutting the stitching. All right, let me just do this. Then I will show you. And a few areas there I was a little far off. And I like to trim if there's any kind of loose threads, trim those and cut those. All right, so here we are. See, I'm all cut out, all trimmed around. I'm going to go ahead and put this back in the hoop. And now what it's going to do is it's going to do the stitching all around, sort of the outline decorative stitching. So this is going to take, says 9 minutes. I don't know why I thought it was 7. It says 9. So who knows? So anyhow, any of you have any plans for this weekend? My books are falling down because the table is vibrating. I do not. No plans for me, which is okay. I did some stitching this morning. I made those little books, and I have some stamping to do, some classes to prepare for. I did a load of laundry, washed my bedding, you know, those kinds of things. And so, you know, when it's a holiday weekend and I don't have any plans, I'm okay with that, because there's so many things and projects that I have on my list to do. How many of you like that? How many of you like to have no plans and you're okay? You know, you see on Facebook, oh, everybody's going here, they're going there, they're doing this, they're doing that. Well, I'm going to tell you something. I don't post a whole lot of that kind of stuff on Facebook. You'll see stuff about, you know, my family, or, you know, my animals, my stamping. I mean, those sorts of things, because people like to put on Facebook all these things they're doing and all these wonderful things, and you never really see anybody post on Facebook, oh, I had a crappy weekend. You know, they all want to say, make it look like their lives are wonderful and glamorous and fabulous. Not all of us are wonderful, glamorous, and fabulous, and that's okay. You know, if you're happy, you know, hey, you do you. And everybody knows that's kind of my saying, you do you. If you want to post on Facebook all these things that you're doing and places you're going and things, you know, you can trim these couple little, I know, don't be sticking your hand in the hoop. If you want to post all those things, go ahead. But, you know, I'm okay being home. I'm sort of what you call a homebody. You know, I like being home because, you know what, during the week I work hard and I'm tired during the week, and a lot of times I don't get to do. Now it's going to do a satin stitch around the edges of it. There's a couple different downloads when you purchase this. There was 2 different styles, but 4 different ones you can choose from. I kind of stuck with this one because, you know, this is the one I know now. I may, you know, venture off, but these are great little gifts. Now the holidays are coming. I know it's only May, but you know what? It's going to be June. Before you know it, it's July. And now is the time to make all these cute little gifts that you can make for friends, for family, for whomever. If you're doing craft shows, I mean, I'm planning on taking these and selling some at the craft show. These are great little items because people are always looking for little stocking stuffers. You know, put it in a little cello bag with a little ribbon around it, maybe a little tag that kind of coordinates with it, so that it's all ready for whoever purchased it to give as a gift. I also thought these would be really fun to make into gift card holders. Now it would be a little thick, but you can give a little memo book with a gift card. I don't know, just something I've been thinking about, what else you can do with them. I like to repurpose things as much as I can. But, I mean, really, who doesn't need a little notebook, right? I mean, I'm always looking for a notebook, and why not pull out one of these out of your purse that, you know, reflects you or is just fun. And when the notebook is done, you just get a replacement very easily. I'm thinking at the craft show that maybe I'll sell them with an extra book. I don't know, maybe not. depends on how many I get done. I have a ton of things left from the last couple craft shows I did, and then there weren't shows for a while because of the whole COVID thing. So I kind of have a stockpile of things to sell. So even if I didn't get, 10 ton of things made, I have 10 ton of things that I can sell. Lots of coasters, or known as mug rugs. But when you put it as a mug rug at a show, people are like, mug rug, like what is that? Well, it's a coaster. It's just a fancy, nicer name as saying that coaster. And you know what? I love the coasters. I think those are great little gifts too. You could even put the coasters in a hand-stamped greeting card and make the greeting card, around the same theme as the coaster and give that as a nice little gift. There's just so many things you can do for a little money. Now, I know, embroidery, you're saying, is not a cheap hobby, and it's not. But once you get a stockpile of some fabric, which, I'm like a fabricaholic. Sometimes I'm thinking like I'm on the hoarder's list for fabric, because there's something about fabric and scrapbook paper that I just love it. But, the machine is an expense. Maybe you can purchase a used one if you don't have one. Check your local stores that sell embroidery machines. A lot of times people trade in because they want to upgrade their machine. You can get some great deals, and be sure to buy from someone reputable. I did buy a secondhand one, a PE 770. Which is a 5x7 machine, because I thought I was going to be using two machines. But you know what? I hardly ever use it because I'm so spoiled by all the little bells and whistles on this machine. And I'm really thinking I'm going to sell it. So if you happen to be in a northeastern Pennsylvania area and you're looking for a PE 770 machine, it's a great little machine. It's a workhorse. There's no problems with it. Sometimes the bobbin wants to be a little fussy, but you want to make sure that you're using the correct bobbin as recommended in the owner's manual. I have the box. I have everything. It's just like off the shelf. I'm going to stop this for a minute because I see all these little threads here. And once I get it out of the hoop, I can trim that a little better. But those little threads are just kind of bothering me. But if you are in the area and you're interested in it, be sure to send me an email. Let me know. I don't really want to ship it. I think they're fragile things to ship, and I don't want to be responsible in the event something happens during shipping. But let me know. I have to think about what I would charge for it, because I, of course, want to get what I paid for it. But I'm just thinking, I boxed it all up, and I'm not thinking I'm going to be using it at all. So, it's time to clean out, right? Clean out, clean up. And yeah, let me know. Hit me up if you would be interested in it. So yeah, definitely check your manual. I get a lot of questions as to, what kind of needles I use, what kind of this I use, what kind of that. First thing you want to do is check your manual. Okay, the manual is there for a very important reason, that being to tell you exactly what you should use. So I don't really like to say the needles or whatnot. I use organ needles. I use the ones that are made for this machine. The bobbin, there's different weights of bobbin thread. So there's 60, there's 90, depending on your machine, what it may take. There's different classes of bobbins. I believe there's class A, class C. So definitely check your manual before you go creating any projects. All right, we just have a little bit more to go around the edge of this. And the rest of it stitches up pretty quickly. It's just tedious because the first one I did, when I went to put the flaps on the inside, where the book goes in, the vinyl had shifted. So I was like, okay, I got you now. Now I know. Take a few extra moments to add some tape on there to hold that in place. But yeah, this is from Crashing Waves Embroidery. And I've purchased designs from them before. and I haven't been dissatisfied from their designs. You know, one of the bad things is, well, good or bad, is Facebook. Facebook, you know, as soon as they see you're looking at embroidery videos and that, or you're looking at anything embroidery, I swear it even knows when you talk about embroidery that it brings up, you know, all these different pages and whatnot. I'm going to go ahead and do the next one. The next one's going to be the area where the elastic is going to go. But the good thing of that is on some of them, make sure you're on a reputable Facebook page. Like Crashing Waves, they have their own Facebook page. Little B is another one, and I don't know why I thought this was Little B, but it's not. Okay, so right here, I'm not sure if you could see, it's hard to see. It does a little box and a little line in there. Okay, so let me bring it out. I'm not even sure if you can see that. Maybe you can. All right, so this is going to be the placement for your elastic. Now I chose to do black elastic, and I think this is 9 inches of elastic. So you're going to place your elastic down. Where's my little pieces of tape? I'm going to put there just for now. And I'm going to go ahead and make it like it's a loop-de-loo. You know how that is? A loop-de-loo. And I'm going to put, let me see. I'm going to just use one piece of tape going across to hold that in place. And again, you know, you do your best to be perfect, but you don't have to be perfect. Okay. All right. Let me just turn this around so I can see it a little better. Okay. Okay, I think that looks good. I'm going to put another piece of tape down here to kind of hold it. Okay, I think that's good. Okay, so now it's going to tack down your elastic. Now it's going to tack down on the other side. So they have it 2 separate stops, so you can do one and then go ahead and align the other if you wanted to do it that way. I kind of do it all in one. Okay. All right, now what I want to do is I want to remove as much of this that I can. I'm going to trim this without trimming my elastic, hopefully, right? So she says. Get this little piece here. Let me just take it out of the hoop where I can turn it around and get at it. There we go. Okay. All right. Let me put this so that this is gonna come down here. Okay, so now what it's going to do is it's going to do a little square stitch, and you know what, before I do that, I want to put a piece of tape because it's going to go over this elastic, and sure enough, it's going to get caught in there. So let's hope it doesn't. So it's going to do a little stitch out area. Now I'm going to put my finger close in case I need to slow it down here so it doesn't get caught under. And then end up sucking it in. There we go. Okay. So that little square is going to be where you're going to put I'm going to use vinyl in this case, but first I want to remove this tape. I'll show you in a moment what that's going to do. Okay, let me put that tape. So I'm going to take a small piece of vinyl, a little square, and this vinyl is liking to curl up on me. So because of that, I'm going to tape it down. A small piece here. Tape that down. And it's going to go ahead and stitch over. And then we'll have to trim that out. And then it will do a satin stitch around it. Ooh, I'm on the edge there. But that'll be okay because the satin stitch will cover that. You could see that it didn't really, I should have moved it up a little further. See that? Because it's kind of open there. But the satin stitch is will take care of that. All right, so let me trim this out. And again, I'm going to take it over off to the side to trim it. I'm going to trim it right here on top. And you want to be careful you don't cut your elastic. So that's why I'm bringing it over close to me so I can see. Because you cut your elastic, then, well, we'll fix that, but I don't want to have to fix if I don't have to. Okay. Piece here. Okay, so see, I just trimmed around that. And I'm going to keep my eye on this. Sorry about all the crinkling. Okay, so now we're going to do a satin stitch going around, and hopefully that's going to pick that up. We shall see. Fingers crossed. Ooh, that's close. If not, I'll show you how to fix that. Hoping it'll catch it. Put my finger in case that. Oh, I don't know if it's going to. Well, we'll have to wait and see. Let's hope that it does. If not, we'll just lay another piece right over the top and we'll stitch it again. But fingers crossed. See, even I make mistakes. I am not perfect by any means. I'm just waiting. The suspense is killing me. I'm just waiting here. I want to see how that's going to look. I hope it's going to catch. I hope it's going to catch. I'm not sure. If it is, it's right on the edge. It might have caught. We'll have to see. We'll have to take it out and take a look. We could also always put a little bit of glue underneath that as well. Let's take a look and see how that did. Oh, it caught it. Okay, we are good to go. Woo! That was nerve-wracking, right? All right. So now what we want to do is we're going to take this elastic and we're going to pile this up on the square. And we're going to tape that down because we want to keep that out of the way of what we're going to be doing next. Again, another piece. That piece is losing its stickiness. Okay, there we go. We should be good now. It's a little overkill. Okay, so what we want to do is we're going to do the back now. So we're going to turn it over. Here's the back. You're going to get your fabric for your back side, and you're going to cover this with the right side on, up, right side up. I'm going to make sure I'm not going to run into that same problem as before. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to tape this. And tape the sides. To hold that down. And carefully flip it over. Slide it back in. Then I'm just going to take a little peek underneath. And that all looks good. All right. So now this is going to stitch the back on. So it's going to do the line in the center. There's 2 lines, but first it'll do the 1 line. And it's going to stitch around and it'll do the 2nd line and finish up the stitching. So this is a great project, all done in the hoop. Really fun. I really like the black with the bees. I think that's super fun. I'm real happy with that. A little squeaking going on. Always does that in that certain area. You know, if there's maybe a little piece of tape under there that's rubbing. And then the last thing we have to do is to put on the side pockets. And then we'll take it out of the machine and see how we did. And then trim around it and then you're done. Stitch down the center again. So it's kind of doing the spine of where the book would go. I like the white with it. I mean, I could have went with the yellow, but I think the white looks nice. What do you think? Okay. And all this tape on the edge of my desk is sticking to my elbow. All right, so let's see how we did. Fingers crossed, right? Okay, we look good. All right, so now what we want to do, we have those 2 pieces of yellow, and you want to leave about 1 inch. You want to make sure that this stitching here is going to catch your vinyl. So make sure you have enough there. And it says about 1 inch or so. You know, let me use the other side because that's straight. Make sure your one side of your vinyl that you have cut is straight because you're going to see that. The other one you're not going to see. It'll be inside your book. It's hard to do this again. Right here. Okay, let me get my other piece. So this is going to make the inside where the pockets are going to be. And we need some more tape. Now, the tape you want to put here in the center. That's a little bit too long. Let me move it down a little bit. Because it's not going to stitch in the center here. So that's where you want to hold it down. And this one. Another piece of tape in the center. Now, if you want to, you can put a little piece of tape to kind of hold this so it doesn't go flopping when you turn it over. I mean, you're never going to be upset that you think you're using too much tape. All right, so let's flip it over. Put it back in the machine. Let me just take a peek. Everything looks good. And let's do the final stitch. So I sure hope this microphone worked. Otherwise, I'll be doing another video without a microphone. Or I'll have to do a voiceover. Maybe I can do a voiceover. I've never done that, but hey. Not sure if I had to do anything special on my phone. I thought it said just plug in and go. We'll see. Here's the squeaky. Okay. All right. Let's see how we did. Oh, the back looks good. All right, so we're going to peel our tape off. Peel the tape off the sides. Okay, so all the tape is peeled off. And we're going to take it out of the hoop. You can go ahead and take this tape off of here because we're done with that. Okay. Let's go ahead and take it out of the hoop. All right, so there we have it. So now all we want to do is first what I like to do is to tear away the stabilizer. Okay. And I bring my scissors over here. You know what I said about reaching over and disconnecting, y'all. Let's see how far I can go. Dory, honey, I'm looking for my scissors. Huh, they're not there. Where are they? Oh, they're right here. Okay, so then what we want to do is take your fabric scissors, good sharp scissors, and you're going to trim all the way around, leaving just a little bit of a border. Take your time. Now when I go to trim around the edge, I'm just going to hold this straight and kind of turn the fabric. My cat is here, so I hope she doesn't decide to jump up. I'm going to turn. That way you'll get a nice rounded corner. And here we go again, turn. And if you can, try to keep about the same amount of final curve. Okay. You can go in and kind of fix that up. Let me bring it close to me so I can see. Okay, there's one more spot here. All those loose threads, you can go ahead and fix them up. And there you go. There is our little, let's put a book in. Okay. So again, you can make this as your front, but I kind of like that as the back. I mean, if you wanted to embroider on the front, you'd want to do that before you go ahead and put it all together. So we're going to slide our little book in here. Actually, here's the front. Doesn't really matter. And you're going to bend this and put that in the back. And there it is. And then put your little elastic around there like that. And there you have it. Cute little notebook done in the hoop, depending on if you want to do it this way or the other way. Doesn't really matter when you have non-directional fabric. I kind of like this because I kind of think like that's the back, right? I kind of like it this way. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Again, if you're at the end of the video and you like what you see, you know what you need to do. You need to go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Click on the notification bell where when I upload a new video, you will know. It'll be posted. And go ahead and like, share, and leave me a comment. Let me know. What do you think? You think you would make these little books? They make little great teacher gifts. Pretty much for anybody. If you wanted to give it with a little gift card, you can get some fabric that's maybe, you know, Starbucks fabric. I think they make stuff like that. Put a little gift card there and a little notebook. Put a little pen with it if you choose to, and just make a cute little gift. I want to thank you so much for joining me here today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and be sure to come back real soon to see some more fun videos. All right, everyone, be safe, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.